We are teachers who break down fast. But we teacher rugby school, teacher Nasana Raza, who want me to go and profession. Thank you. Due to time constraints, Mr. Chairman, if I may be allowed to ride on the wings of the already established protocols and proceed with my speech. Thank you. I am highly honored to be part of this program, particularly to witness the commissioning of a mimicked parliament for TABISU. Thank you. It tells me one thing, that Bimobas, we are growing and we are ready to take responsibilities. That is what it tells me. This singular act tells me that the theme for today, unity, or Bimoba students forward unity and development, we have overcome, or we are on our way to overcome it. I will try to be brief, but as a politician, let me warn the MC not to bring early the white paper for me, because I have a lot to say, but I'll try to be brief. First of all, let me congratulate Mr. Speaker. You are holding a very strong title, a generous title. Mr. Speaker, Abed Azumah Bandim will not allow you to have that name. He's the only speaker, the one and only Mr. Speaker in town. So he refers to all other speakers as president. So but for the purpose of today, you are the right honorable speaker. Congratulations. Right honorable. The meaning of your name is that the right honorable speaker is always right. He's always what? Right. It doesn't mean that he cannot make mistakes. It doesn't mean that his rulings cannot be challenged. But at the time he's on the chair and presiding over meetings or debates, he's right. So you can find appropriate time later on to challenge him on his ruling or disagree with him. But as he sits on the chair, he is right. That is why he's called the right honorable speaker. We will do some learning. Headed by Mr. Speaker of Parliament. But there is a debate, or some time ago, there was a debate as to who is the leader of Parliament, whether the Speaker or the majority leader. I think that has been settled, and we know that when it comes to government business, it is the majority leader who leads government business. So that's why he's referred to as what? Majority leader or leader of the House where we are seated. But when it comes to the House of Parliament as an institution, it is Mr. Speaker. So yes, we have the two leaders, the majority and the minority. By the way, let me congratulate you for a peaceful election and ordination of Mr. Speaker. Very much more peaceful than our own. You have done very well. I believe it's because one party has majority. If you were at par, as we had in the 7th Parliament, I'm sure you would have had some altercation. So, Mr. Speaker, the two leaders, majority leader and minority leader. Then we have the Clerk of Parliament, who is the administrative head of the staff of Parliament. You understand? And then the Marshal. I saw the Marshal, but the Clerk was not here. The Marshal is the head of security. Okay, so you were right. Now, as I didn't see members of Parliament, but I'm sure they are seated among you. Yes. So, as a member of Parliament, you have 3 basic rules or functions. One is the role of a legislature. You are there to what? Help enact laws. So I will speak with experience so you can best understand. So your role as a legislator, okay, or a lawmaker puts you in a very unique position to scrutinize bills that come, debate them, make inputs both at the committee level and at the plenary. The plenary is on the floor of Parliament. Okay, so when the bill is laid, it goes through a process. So the first reading, the second reading, and then the third reading, we pass it. So you should be very, very effective in scrutinizing every bill or document or report that is put before you. So you can be what? Effective in debating. So you can make inputs. I will tell you why that is important. 2, your second role is the role of a representation. So you are representing a certain constituency. So I am representing you in Parliament, all of you, the whole of the Bunkpurugu constituency, over 41,000. I have to represent you. I have to speak for you. So the role of representation also is the same as an advocacy role. And this, the lawyers will speak about Mahama Dubik would have been able to articulate that best for us as an advocate. So when you hire him as a lawyer, he's your what? Advocate. He speaks for you in court. Is that not it? You can't represent yourself. So that's what I do. I advocate for you. That is why I will lobby for projects. From government institutions, from individuals, philanthropies, from NGOs. So that is what I do. So I can tell you that in my 3 years, I have been able to use my common fund and lobby NGOs to drill 36 boreholes. In 3 years. 36 boreholes. They are there. Very soon I'm going to come out with a book. We will highlight all of them with the communities where you can find them. So that it won't be that I'm just saying it before the cameras. But that they are real project and verifiable project so that Chamba Pigansua, Usani, Umbana, Timpang, Tulubumbuling, or Anabumbuling. So we are Unconflicted be Parliament, you money that I will not be there forever. It is true. But let me announce to him that I intend to serve only 4 terms. Then the role of an oversight. We have a legislature, representation or advocacy. The third one is oversight. So oversight means to keep government on its toes. We serve as check and balance, serve check and balances for government. So when we are on recess, for example, when we are on recess and the government sent a note to the Speaker of Parliament to record us to come and approve a loan from the World Bank of $150 million. It is our role through the committees to find out how you have been able to use the first chunk of the money, the loan that you received in 2019. You account to the people, to Parliament, to the people through Parliament, how you have been able to spend that amount before we can approve another loan for you. And I can tell you that in that loan, the loan that we approved, we realized that the first chunk of that loan that was approved, about 62 million was used for COVID-19. So we believe that was what they were using to share jollof rice and kinky on the street of Accra. Okay? And then 22 million was awarded a contract for the Odo River in Accra to be desilted since 2019 till date. The contractor doesn't even know the site. Meanwhile, that 22 million has been paid. So we said that no, we will not approve the second tranche of that loan for you because you have misused it, you have not accounted for it. So that is the oversight role that we play. So when the public accounts or the auditor audits all government agencies and departments, it comes to Parliament, and then we probe the various heads to account or to tell us how they spend it. And when there are lapses, we bring it out. Broken promises. So when they promise that in 2018, when the president himself came to Bunkpurugu to promise us a road from Laar to Bunkpurugu, and promised that within 18 months that road will be completed. And we are in 2024, and there is no contractor on the site, then it is our responsibility, or my responsibility as your representative, to drag the Minister for Transport roads to the floor of Parliament to tell us why the road has since not been completed. When the Bunkpurugu Township Road was awarded to a certain party, Chamba, and all money is paid, and the road is still what it is, it is my responsibility to track that minister to ask why that road is still what it is, and why they have paid that contractor all his monies, and the road has not been done. Recently, I understand that there is a certain contractor there doing the route in Bunkpurugu Township. It is my responsibility. I will find out where they have gotten additional money to give to that contractor. Or is it somebody's benevolence? And is it because somebody is a parliamentary candidate today? Otherwise, that road would never have been constructed. It is my responsibility to do that, and I will do that on your behalf. So when we are talking about unity in development, as the NDC motto, unity in development, that is our motto, the NDC. All we are saying is that ask questions, probe, to know the truth. I'm doing my work. When a certain government comes, and that government is concentrating all developmental projects within a certain locality and tribe of people, denying others as if they are not part of the country, it is my responsibility to ask questions. So I was happy when our lady asked questions. Why we do not have a teacher training college in the Bimoba land? Let me extend it, not only in Bimoba land. You don't have, Chapuni don't have. We don't have a nursing training college. And yet, in the East Mamprisi district, we have one in Laar that was established by the NDC, a nursing training college, and then they have come to give nursing training and midwifery colleges to them. So Yakba has one, Wale has another one. Where? Wale, Yakba, and Laar. Teacher training college is in Kampi. Then there is a fire training school in Wungu. Then the Laar Township Road has been tied with asphalt. Gambaga Township Road, asphalted. Wale Township Road, asphalted. Jakaba Township Road, asphalted. So the people of Bunkpurugu, the people of Yuyo, the people of Champoni, what have they done wrong? Very serious matter. Apart from the tertiary institutions, have you also realized that in the first MPP government they sent about 4 senior secondary schools to the East Mamprisi district, including Sapogu? Yes. So to be rebel. That is why you need representation, effective representation. And that is why the Reverend Minister, when he was speaking, he said that there must be equitable distribution of national resources to everyone. Because we are all paying what? Taxes. Confirm. We all pay taxes. So it can be that some people are enjoying and others are. It reflects also in the recruitment of our youth, whether to the teacher training college or to the various services, whether it is army, it is police, it is immigration, it is fire service, prisons, or custom services. Other people, other tribes are enjoying it and we are not benefiting it. So we must, and I want to encourage you to use this parliament as a tool for advocacy. You should be able to come out with policies for the Bimoba area and speak to them, so that irrespective of the government that is in power, they will have no option but to listen to you. Let this be the mouthpiece. Don't let this parliament be another BISU, because BISU was formed to be non-political and to be the mouthpiece of Bimobas. But so many years after Chamba Dubik in 1965, up to date, BISU has not really lived to its expectations. BISU remains BISU just as it was formed. But this parliament must not go the way of BISU. You must rise up. If you want to be non-partisan, please do not allow we the politicians to use you. If you allow yourself, including myself, we will use you. And you will achieve nothing. You will achieve what? Nothing. But you must stand firm. I understand that some of the time you need to rely on the politicians for some form of sponsorship, but that should not compromise you. That should not compromise you. You should be able to stand on your feet. Oh, Honorable MP, we need assistance, and then for us to carry out this project. If I have whatever small I have, I will give it to you. Then you ask from the other side. But that doesn't mean that when I give it to you, then all your allegiance is towards me. What the MP says, just because I'm giving you money. That should not happen. So I'm giving you this advice so you will learn from how others have failed so that you will not fail. Let us educate ourselves. Let us know. Let us study politics of Ghana and know those who are ready and willing to bring development and not those who want to deceive us. Okay, all of a sudden, in the whole country, roads will now be constructed, equipment are being shipped, people are being recruited in the name of parties and all of that. No. Promises that were made to pay nurses their allowances and teacher trainees allowances are not coming. And they're asking questions and we are dodging. I think that you must rise above that and study hard. Get to understand issues. You are educated. You are our intellectuals. You will represent us when we are tired. We will have a representative from one of you. You will become one of an MP. Like one of the elders said, there are ministers here, there are doctors here, there are MPs here. In fact, there are what? Presidents here. Yes, don't limit yourself. And now, before I sit, that takes me to the next. I want to encourage you. Never be intimidated. Be yourself. Don't fake. We are praying for you. Not to pray for you. Don't be intimidated. To speak, especially your mind, and to study. You can make it. I will use myself as an example. I have always done that. It gives me delight, joy to share my life experience to young ones. That I have never been intimidated. To be an effective MP, be bold and speak. Don't be afraid of the cameras or anything. There's a story of one MP who went to Parliament for 4 years. He didn't speak. His constituents never heard about him. So one time he went home, and in the gathering, how come that we have never heard about you? And he said, in Parliament where I sit, see there is a pillar that is blocking me. So the speaker doesn't see me. The speaker doesn't see me. There's an MP, I won't mention the name. You see, and we have had MPs who went to Parliament and, to be honest with you, couldn't really express themselves. But with time, they have been able to become the best orators on the floor of Parliament. There are examples. You remember there was an MP who said schools under trees. You remember that? Do you remember that? Schools under what? No, trees under schools. Because when you stand there on the floor and all the 275 MPs are looking at you, including Mr. Speaker, and people like Jane Mensa and Afenyo Markins, they are watching your face to see what you are going to say. If you don't take time, everything in your head will vanish. So you only end up by saying what? Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I thank you. And you say, you understand? But you must be courageous. Know your stuff. Know what you're going to talk about. And look above everybody. Look, even in Benasian Kali. You may be go there. You may about to you may Benasian Kali. So look, in 2002, when I left Ghana to the UK, I got to a school, Robert Gordon University in Scotland. I was barely 6 months, and they advertised that they were going to select student leadership, SRC, and all other positions. I decided to go for the SRC, student president. That's what we call it. Student president. And people thought I was mad. They didn't understand. Ghanaians, they didn't understand why I decided to run for SRC presidency in Scotland, where there is what? Racism. But I defied all odds. The skin of my color did not limit me. I never limited myself because I come from Nampanduri and the son of Azumah and Deborah. No. I said, I have what it takes to compete because we all sit in the same class, we all write the same exams. Why can't I compete with them outside of the classroom if I can compete with them inside of the classroom? So let me tell you, yes, the white paper has finally come. Thank you. I'll finish in no time. So I contested, there were 5 running for SRC president. I was the only international student, and for that matter, black student, in a country where there was so much racism, where they meet you on the streets and call you names like monkey. Yes, or chimpanzee. And they will be signs with their fingers and eyes. They know they're just insulting you. So I decided to run. Nobody gave me a chance. But when we finished the elections, after we had done our campaign, I don't really knew. Always make sure you do something different. When I saved my colleagues in the way they were campaigning, we were doing the usual stuff. And I introduced the new stuff. And when we finished the election, I obtained 87% of the vote. And guess what? It didn't end there. In the next year, when I was going for re-election, nobody dared contested me. I went to politics. So I am here to work. This is just the beginning. Inshallah, 2025, I know your mama will take power. And I will go with him. I will partner with the former president, His Excellency Mahama. I will partner with him. We will have the best leadership, and I'm promising you, I have told him that in the northern